Guys, me again. We know there's many viewpoints, angles, directions, and talking points to blame who is at fault at Arsenal. We can't blame people solely. People collectively, it's a collective gang of incompetent idiots. Yeah, man. I'm just gonna talk about who I believe's to blame and for what. To be honest with you, firstly, let's start with the father Wenger. You guys know how much I love him. I play it fair. I love my club more. There's some people that are more. They support Wenger more than they support Arsenal. I mean, I've come to the realization that I love Arsenal. Wenger loves Arsenal too, but he loves Arsenal in his own little image. So yeah, with that said, there's been a talk of the legacy stuff. I don't think his legacy's been tainted by any stretch of the imagination. Yes, recently you could say that he's been taking a beating, and like Fergie knew when to. That's why I rate Fergie above him. Fergie knew when to get out of things and when to leave. Wenger's too optimistic, like never knows when to go. He doesn't really have things to do outside of football. So yeah, he's paid for that. But in the grand scheme of things, of course, he has to hold his hands up for years of being mediocre and sacrificing himself in that state. But being years of mediocre, he's still the first foreign manager to come and give Fergie problems. He's still invincible. He still won league titles. He still brought the whole medical staff and developed players. Of course, the real father of Wenger, not this one that's just defending players for no reason. The father of Wenger, the real one, not the clone thing. Yeah. There's that. Our next thing I've got to blame him for many things, man. Xhaka and Ozil. Why do I say them players? Similar to when I even mentioned this about Pogba when he first went to United. These sort of creative players or these sort of players for big money, you need. Ozil was big money at the time, especially for us. You've got to put them into a system that works, or it does not make sense, in my opinion. If you're going to sign, like Pogba, he needed someone like Matic so he could thrive. He never had that. First season, it was so-so. Ozil, he runs a lot. He does defend. He's not a centre mid. He's never going to throw in many tackles and things like that. No club has relied on him to do that. You look at Jose when he was at Madrid, or whoever had managed him under Madrid. They had 10 other players ready to stand up and be counted, and Ozil was just merely a backup dancer in the sense that not that for ability, but he's not the guy that's going to dig them out of game, that's going to get the game by the scruff of his neck. He's going to complement it. You're going to see him in patches, passing, eye of the needle stuff. We're bringing him here, and we're expecting him to be Mesut Ozil as well as Gerrard. It's not going to happen. Xhaka, you sign Xhaka, you know he's not the most mobile. You're trying to make him into some box-to-box thing. You're not trying to work on his agility. You haven't got, like Pogba to a degree, you haven't got the centre-mid partner to enable him to thrive. So you're setting players up for failure, just like you did with Giroud to an extent. Next, I have to get onto the contract stuff. 2015, like the summer stuff. You said you were going to deal with this Alexis and Ozil stuff. I believe it was December. You said this was going to get patented. And as well as other people, where is it? We're now in this situation now. You're choosing to see the optimistic things in people. You're choosing to be too optimistic. You're showing you're outdated by saying it's in his interest to run down the contract. This is not the world we live in anymore. These sort of players of world-class ability, his contracts are running out. But Jenkinson's sitting on 2020. No offense to Giroud, but he's got 2019 at 31 years of age. That's a little thing for him. Coquelin signed the new deal. A couple other players signed the new deal. And in 2018, 2019, I believe at the time of seeing this, correct me if I'm wrong, but around 17 players out of the contracts of 2018 and 19 are eligible to bust out soon. So it's ridiculous. You might not be the guy that dots the I's and crosses the T's, but you decide who gets renewed contracts. So you have to hold that. There's been a lack of emphasis on defending of the dark arts of the game, and that's why we haven't won anything. Until we learn to appreciate them things there, we can't win. Wenger, you've been doing this since we've been to the Emirates. Different sides, different players, the same outcomes. You have to hold your hands up for that. And now that we're out of financial problems, you have to hold your hands up. There's no emphasis. There's no team shape. There's no defending with and out the ball. It's just freestyling. Like, it's just... You have to hold your hands up for that. You're persisting with shoehorning players into this. You're letting young players go for peanuts. Like, you're trying to loan out Rene Adler. Of course, you could say experience and things like that. Play the kids, man. Just play the man. You're not inspiring players. You might inspire them time to time, 5 games out of 38, but you're not constantly inspiring or pushing them to improve. If Poch had Bellerin and Mustafi for 2 examples, why I say this, because you look at Kyle Walker and you look at Toby, he was a good defender, but he went to the next level under Poch. If Poch had them 2 players, he would rub out the rough edges around them. You're not doing that. And on top of that, you need to put the emphasis on players to improve, not this whole think-go-lucky stuff. Back in the days, we had winners. We had people that come from nothing. Now we've got prima donnas. It's not going to happen. Lack of being decisive with departures and incomings has played a part in this. How many players have you seen this summer? Nonsense. Pure players. 1 minute they're leaving, then they're not. 1 minute they're not leaving, then they go. Then 1 minute they're going, then they're not. You've seen it. You've seen the constant nonsense. Messing around in the recruitment market. You say there's only a couple players that can improve Arsenal. So when you see these players, why not just pay the money? We messed around with 40 to 60 million for Lamar, only to bid 90 on deadline day. This is not how you win titles. Like, you just believing in Dodds, just way too optimistic, just on some nonsense. Like, it's an arrogance to a degree to keep persisting with a certain way. It is arrogance. I say you're arrogant because you're smart enough to know this. You're choosing this because you have a cozy little lifestyle at this club. Ivan Glazides, say what you want about Wenger. Wenger needs to call it a day. But where is Ivan? He's there when he was saying catalyst for change, when positive results are coming. Where is he now? You're seeing Everton's shareholders coming out and saying why Barkley hasn't left. Where is him? Where is he talking? Where is he? No effort in negotiations. Letting young players, whether they're young, whether they're in their primes or whatever, go for peanuts. You look at Chesney and things like that. Happy to brag about being the 7th richest in the club. Happy to chat nonsense about we're the 7th richest. Happy to chat about catalyst for change. Happy to say stuff like we're trying to get a young player every 1 or 2 years into the first team. Where has that happened? Happy to just say we've got four times as many scouts in a couple of years, but he's still not bringing in a madness. What is going on? Saying we can compete, there's not many players we can't sign, we've got 200 million and things like that. You're just setting people up for failure. You're incompetent. You're a highly educated man, but you're incompetent in this. Football, you need to actually know football. You're an educated man, uni degrees, had a life only me and a lot of people can dream of. But he's still an idiot, in my opinion. Like, even commercially, we're poor. They look at the contract business. Wenger decides who gets these contracts, but how are you allowing Jenkinson, for example, to be tied down to 2020? Theo at 140k. We're hearing we're having problems, which I don't believe, about wages. What is going on? Where is the forward planning? I know you're not a director of football, but come on now. Like, it's just poor running of our finances, crap players on high wages, unable to move players, like, not pricing in things properly. Allegedly, I don't believe it, but Lacazette and Kozlesniak, their incomings messed around with our transfer dealings, especially their wages. Finally, Stan Kroenke. I hate him, but on one hand, I can't hate him because he's kind of honest with this. He's shown us he don't give a crap about football. He's shown us he doesn't give a crap about us. He doesn't give a crap about any of his teams in any sport. He's trying to get the new Rams stadium built up, LA Rams. There's rumours he needs to take out loans and things like that. We have a positive net spend of 17 million in an age where the average club this transfer window spent 33 million, and I think the transfer spending went over $1 billion. So you're seeing this. He's just killing our club. I mean, there's only one way we get rid of Stan, because this is a nice little collateral thing for him. It's the 7th richest. I've said all of these things. This is a nice little thing for him to get banks out. He's doing things like, well, he stopped it now, but he's paying he's paying himself through businesses. I think he even owns Delaware, the catering company now. Like, the guy is a fraud, man. I hate the guy. Like I said, at one point, I can't get onto him because he's shown he doesn't care about football. But imagine we had someone that cared about football at the top. They would put an emphasis on Wenger or whoever to improve on the sporting front, to excel on the sporting front. You couldn't be loyal to these players because we need to win. So yeah, man, they're just to play. These are just where I place the blame. Like I said, there's too much for me to bring out in videos. If you want it, I'll talk about it. If you want me to talk about anything, I'll talk about it. But these are just some of the things that, quite frankly, piss me off about this football club, to be honest. I mean, can we even say we're a football club? We're not. We're a limited company. I mean, yeah, man, I follow this football club, but I don't support it. Supporting means you condone this nonsense. I follow it because this is the club and I love it, and I can't leave it. But I don't support these young players going away for peanuts, not getting chances. I don't support Alexis and these players doing nonsense at the club. I don't support the fans being constantly spat in the face by the club. Why should we support a club that doesn't support us, or support players that don't support us, or support a club or a team that does not reflect who we are as individuals? They reflect the elitists, the prawn cocktail and prosecco sandwiches kind of folk, the elites. Yeah, man, this is a club who's gone from winning things to lying about the attendance. Yeah, man, follow, not support. But guys, Delulu Goon, I'm signing out. Thank you for watching. It means a lot. I'm out.